Hi, George O'Connell here. I'm going to do a quick little video for people. I'm going to try to keep it like 4 to 5 minutes. It's called, I'm going to try to get back to the hobby here. I want to turn around and give people Mousetrap Building 101 and maybe help people who aren't at the top, but the guys that go to the tournaments, just squeak by, middle of the pack, bottom of the guys. How can you turn around, step up from where you're at and turn around going highest? And it's all about your build. And it's all about your battle plan and using your knowledge. So, with that said, but before I go into that, I want to give a shout out because this is June. June is also, besides being gay and lesbian month, it's also PTSD awareness month. And for people who don't know what PTSD is, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, people know what it is, but they don't realize the effects of it. It's in the military, it is the unseen killer, okay? And why it's the unseen killer? Because every single day, 24 hours a day, 22 veterans suffering from PTSD kill themselves. That's 22 veterans, 7 days a week, 365 days a year that kill themselves. Now let's remember, in the total population of America, less than 3% are military or served in the military. So when you think about those numbers, that's really scary. So PTSD Awareness Month, it's really important. And for that, I'm going to give you my gift to the forum off of PTSD Awareness Month to teach you Mousetrap Building 101. Now, this is just the basics of the build. And hopefully people will really get an idea for what they're seeing. And hopefully I do a pretty good job of explaining it and what you can turn around and do. So let's go to the paper. Hopefully you guys can see that really good. Let's go over Mousetrap Building 101. First, it's all about your army design. What we're going to do is we're going to use MSU ogres. After the new cock dropped out, the last cock dropped out, this is what jumped out at me. And what the battle plan, what I call is flanks are us. And why is because it's going to give you so many easy flanks opportunities to turn around and smash on people. Also, what is using knowledge? That's the C key designed to Mousetrap Building 101. Use math as your friend, which we're going to go into detail. Now, so using math as your friend and using an ogre build. Why is the ogre build really good to use? Really simple. You got in this army list that I'm going to be using for Mountaineer, it's 17 drops. It's like 26 unit strength, but it's also 17 scoring units. And the whole ideal is I want to give up low point units to get away your high point units. I want to make the game as easy for me as possible by using math as my best friend to turn around and destroy your opponent's list. Now, when you have that many drops, you're able to go across the line. Let me sit there and hopefully I'll get a good picture of the army because I got to flip it around and I ain't going to know until I watch it. But you can go with 17 units. Now that's a 72-inch table. 72-inch table, but we all know the game mat is 60 inches. So you'd be taking off 6 inches from both sides. And it's very easy to do the line. Now, also with something like that, what you want to be able to turn around is, the whole key to this army is really simple. You want to go against high-priced units. You want to go against those big hordes because you're going to turn around and be able to whoop them very easily. So I'm going to take a picture. See this? This is a horde size of 25 millimeters horde. They turn around and hit the unit. He can only sit there and say, I'm either going after this guy, or this guy. Let's say he wants to go after the berserker bully. Those two you guys can't get into your flanks. Okay, but this one can. This one might be able to. It all depends on what you're. See, there's going to be no overrun charge because they have to be sitting there right where they're at. So, with that said, you're going to be able to go with a couple attacks to the front. Then you're going to be able to turn around and go to the sides. It's going to give you easy flanks. Let's say they want the ogre horde, you're still holding them in line, and then you're using that. So, and it doesn't matter what the horde is. Let's say it's a troop or it's a horde of 20 millimeter guys. It's the exact same thing. They line up on what they want onto the guy, then you're going to be able to get your flanks. And you're going to be able to get multiple flanks because you're going to be able to use them. Now, this army would really be a lot more pushed together because, remember, this is 72 inches I got it lined up at, not 60, okay? And the key thing of the unit, even if they got a unit that's almost the same size, they gotta turn around. You're using math as your friend. Remember, the most you can get on an overrun is 6 inches. An ogre is 40 by 120. The key is the 40 is the width of the army. Now when you go with the 2 units, they need a 5 or a 6 just to clear to get out of that size. You're okay with that. That's if you're not using their other units to block it from the front. Let's say you got a cavalry horde. You go with this and this, even on their overrun, they need a 6 to get out of the way. Now let's say they go past your line, okay? Let's say they do a great job and they roll their 6. Your unit's dead, they're behind here now, okay? Or down over like that. Next turn, they can't do nothing, they can turn around. That will also go on to the next build. But when you're building a mousetrap, what you're trying to do over and over again is force your opponent to fight on your terms. And by the way you can keep your line, you can turn around and really stop them very easily because you're using math against them. And the key number is once you want to get to the 4s. Like even with, say, a regiment hitting, okay? On which level? Let's say that's a regiment of knights. They still gotta go on the overrun 4 inches. If they don't hit that 4, they're not gonna be out of your line of sight. And really, you can also stagger your units. Like say if I want him like this and I wanted him like that so you can't even hit him. You can turn around and do staggers where your opponent's now really stuck just going into here. And as I said, even if they turn around and go, it's all the price of that. I'm going to be sacrificing cheap units, 120 points, 115 points, 130 points. I could care less because I'm turning around using my mousetrap to force you to lose your high point cost units to my low cost units. So a good army design with a good battle plan, with knowledge of the game, can really take you far. So no matter what you're doing in the tournaments, and if you want to turn around and do better, work on your mousetrap building. Force your opponent to fight, design your list to make to go along with your battle plan. Like this is Flanks R Us, it's just so easy. When I go to the Mountaineer, don't be surprised if I walk away with 12 to 14 flank attacks during the whole each game, 7 games going on, because it's so easy to pull it off. And it's really a smart build with the way you can turn around and do. Now, I'm not going to go into the exact list building right now of this one. That's more of an advanced one. I could probably do that if somebody wants it later on or talk about it. But basically, be smart. Make sure that you know how to build the best mousetrap possible. And when you start getting down and you start getting the hang of it, you're going to be able to do different ways with building your mousetraps. And a strong mousetrap can take you really far. I'm now retired. I'm no longer going to the U.S. Masters, no matter what the circumstances. But when I did go, I went 5 years. And I got 3 top 10 performances. So if I can do that with PTSD, any one of you guys can do it. You don't have to be the best technician. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You don't have to be the king of angles. All you gotta be is the best mousetrap builder. You're the best mousetrap builder, you can go really far. All right, thank you guys for watching the video. I'm gonna be doing some more stuff in the future. All right, take care.